still has like fuel in the system, but like it means that there's just oil in the pistons and in the combustion chamber, basically. People often get cars like BMW to prove something and then overlap with aggressive driving. I mean, yeah. Like, I hate people with lifted trucks. I hate this shit. I hate this shit. I really do, because when you think about it, like, when you learn about these systems, like ABS, which is part of brakes, right? And you learn about, like, steering and suspension and tires and transmissions and whatnot, putting a lift kit on your truck, it fucks with the ABS, it destroys your transmission, and possibly the engine. You know, so like all the money you're putting into this, you're just destroying your truck faster. You know, like sure, America, right? But who the fuck really like? Okay, this I can see if you're doing like Monster Jam or something, but like you're just driving this to work. Oh fuck yourself! Jesus Christ, you don't need one of these. Just get one of these. Grew up in small town in Utah, and everyone loved big trucks and lift kits. Ridiculous. I mean, true. If you're just driving to work, get one of these. You know, fuel efficient car. All right. To me, it's reliable because I've done oil changes on these cars. A few on the older models too. And dude, I found one of the older models. I pulled gray oil out of the oil pan, and bro, the engine was running smoothly. It was like the engine didn't give a shit. This shit is built to last, you know? But then, like, this shit, it's so stupid. I don't need a big truck or a lift. Get comfortable with my penis size that you're. Here, Chevy Silverado Dually. Okay, since I'm in the automotive business, right? I could see myself getting one of these for work purposes only. You know, because like from the factory you can get a trailer hitched built into the back of the truck to where you can get one of the gooseneck trailers, which is the trailer that has the hitch go into the truck bed, not onto the trailer hitch onto the bumper. So like the trailer hitch goes in the bed, which can allow it to haul more. So then I could use this truck to haul like project cars, you know, and then like haul it to like Mecum auctions, SEMA, whatever, you know. I could see that truck for that purpose, but like for everyday driving, not really. Not really. You know, like eh. My brother has set up like that for that's actually good, you know, because I like it when people like use a vehicle for its like actual purpose. You know, like when they take one of these, put a lift kits on it, it's not a truck anymore because now you have to get like a ladder to get into the bed of the truck to put like stuff you get at like Home Depot or Lowe's into it, right? Or you have to get a step ladder to even think about getting into the truck, you know? And I would argue most girls don't really want to get into a step ladder to get into a vehicle, you know? I'm gonna stick with my Subaru. Rides beautifully in the snow and will last forever. Dude, that are pretty interesting, I will say that. I'm a Chevy guy because my great grandpa and grandpa worked the Detroit General Motors plants, so I'm heavily biased. You know, I mean, even if I did have a choice, I would go a Camaro. You know, I would go with one of these, maybe that, but I'm like, I like the older Camaros. Corvette. Like, I don't like the new ones. They put the engine in the rear of the car. I like they just took away the iconic hood of the Corvette, where the hood, like where the body is this way and then the hood goes like that. It's so cool, you know, like that's pretty damn cool. Yeah, it's in my blood, you know. I like it. Like, in a way, I want to go up to see the plants, like go inside the plants. But I'm like, I don't know when I do that, or if I do that, because like my plan is to do the channel, and a lot of streamers, if you're not streaming like every single day, you know, like some of these big name streamers can get away with it, like Asmon Gold. He can get away with it because, when he came back, he pulled 400,000 views. And I was there. Alright. So I saw it. But he can pull 400,000 views after leaving for like 4 months, Easy for him. But then, like, us small streamers, if we, like, happen to just be like, alright, we're going on vacation, boom, we're gone. Old beat up Chevy Beretta. I have not actually seen one of those. Oh, damn. One of my neighbors has a Plymouth, and it's about this size. And the other day, they had a jack leaked oil. Had to run the heater on the highway or it would overheat. Yeah, some of these cars, like, they need to design the grill to be a little more open because that doesn't seem like enough airflow, you know? That doesn't seem like enough airflow at all. I don't know, it must be me or something. My truck has a oil leak. I'm pretty sure it has a transmission leak, but I think I fixed it just by replacing the pan. But I'm still not 100% certain, but at the same time, because the oil leak's there, I'm like, I'm just going to assume it's leaking. So when the day comes, I pull that engine, I'm pulling the transmission, and both of them are getting overhauled. I think I need to repair my rear axle. I think that leaks too, or more of seepage. But still, seepage is equal to a leakage, but seepage is much better than a leakage. But like this doesn't seem like that bad of a car, you know. Someone turned one into a drag racing car. I mean, hey, if it gets the job done, if you could fit an engine in there, you can do it. Hey, one of them at the junkyard. You know? Jesus Christ. Chevy Prism. I don't know if you know, but this car is actually a Toyota Corolla. Mine definitely wasn't that fancy. Yours wasn't fancy. I mean, hey, we all start with something. But this car right here is a Toyota Corolla. You know how I know? Here, let me get the book. Toyota Corolla and Geo Chevy Prism. That's what it is. It's literally a Toyota that General Motors bought and then made a deal with Toyota to slap their logo onto it. You know? Ain't the worst, ain't the best. I don't like it, okay? Like right now, I redid the rear brakes and god damn it. They're not adjusting. Because this car, you had a friend with a Prism? God damn. Jesus Christ. But I hate the rear brakes on this car. They're manual adjust, which means you have to pull the park brake to adjust the drums. However, on this one, after I replaced the drum brakes, I'm talking the entire drum brakes, it doesn't adjust. And I built it correctly. I know I did because I followed the book that I have, and I followed what my school said, which school said don't just take both of them apart. Take one apart and mirror the other one. So it was really great on gas. I could see it being great on gas for back in its time, but like the one my dad has is 20 years old, and Jesus Christ, 150,000 miles for on a 20-year-old car. Like, dude. I mean, it's still worthless, get into a big enough wreck, boom, totaled, gone, out of here, you know? Yeah, that's the exact same, like, steering wheel that, like, okay, this is different. Like, like, that shifter is the exact same as my dad's car. The steering wheel is basically the exact same as my dad's car. Same with that, right? That, like, that is the same dashboard as my dad's car. The only difference I see is the center console. But that, I mean, that is the old cassette one. Or no, that has a desk in it. The one my dad has is the AC stuff is down here, and the what used to be the CD players up here, but now it's the Bluetooth radio that I put in. And hey, it works. I don't care, you know. And on my dad's card, the has like these two buttons are in the middle, so then it divides both of the vents. So like I guess Chevy did a little different thing on it, you know. And Toyota's like, yeah, whatever, you know, you can have it. One of the cars I want, Dodge Daytona. Okay, yes, I want one of these, but I want the Plymouth version because the Plymouth version is much harder to find, and I like Plymouth better. But this one, the V6 that they shove into it is a Mitsubishi V6. Like Dodge didn't even build their own V6 for this. I'm like, why? Dodge, you make some really great cars and motors. Like this thing had a 7.1 liter Dodge engine in it. And bro, this is one of the best cars in NASCAR in the late 60s and then got banned in the 70s because it was so good. Like literally this and the Plymouth version of it got banned in 1970 because of how powerful the car was on the track. It's incredible, you know? And then they just go to Mitsubishi and buy a V6 from them and shove it in here. I'm like, oh my god. It is a cool looking car. It really is. Like this is one of my dream cars, but here's the thing, the Plymouth version I want starts at 6 figures, you know? Unless I build my own, you know. Ford GT40 Mark II 1966. Now I know this is a Ford, so my great grandpa and grandpa would probably say no, but I'm sure I could argue it because Ford versus a Ferrari, alright? This car starts at 7 figures, you know? But hey, it's a cool car. I think it has a 7-liter V8 in it. Not bad, you know? Yeah, I don't know how I feel about these newer ones compared to these older ones, but like this one was nice. This one is nice. When this car came out in 1966, they went to Le Mans to do the 24 hours race there. Bro, Ford was 1-2-3. 1-2-3. It was so good. Henry Ford II was happy that day. You know? I think that one's a colorized version of one of the pictures. Same with this one, which isn't that bad. Dude, older ones do look a lot better. Like, like a 1960. Oh, bro, 1960 Cobra, bro, that ain't bad at all. The only thing I dislike about the car is no roof, so you gotta make sure you take it out and like park it somewhere where you're not gonna get rained on or anything, you know. Like other than that, bro, this is a nice V8. 427 V8, bro. Like, give me that, you know? I would never drive that to work, though, obviously. As well, I live in Florida, so, like, you know, any day it just rains, you know? A 1960 Chevy Impala. Like, dude, this just looks better than what we have today. I know it's super massive compared to what we have today, but still, this is a sharp car. Like, I love the fins kind of thing that they have in the back, you know? Okay, I don't like this. I don't like this because now you can't go over a goddamn speed bump without bottoming out the suspension and smashing the bottom of the car. You know, lived in Florida for a while, kind of missed those days of rainstorms. I mean, it is what it is. You know, people drive crazy during the rainstorms. I can say that, and people are going insane. You know, dude, if I had this, bro, I would drive it, and I wouldn't really want to mess with the paint because that looks cool. You know, like hell, I'd drive that too. Or getting out of park. I mean, true, yeah, parking lots are always the same. The truck I have is 1995 Dodge Dakota. Okay, it's not that one. It's okay. It's like this body style, but it's this. Like it's this front end and everything. Wait, stock Goodyear on these? These things have stock. Dude, I want to put on the Wrangler tires when it's time to get new tires for my truck because I think it's next year they're gonna begin to dry rot. Well, because of my neighbor's tree, it's looking blue-green because my neighbor chooses not to prune the fucking tree, even though her grandson has a 2019 or 2020 Toyota Tundra, and her in-laws have a BMW, another one has a Lexus, another one has a Chevy 2500 pickup truck, you know? Dude, I want to get an S10. My professor has an S10. He threw a 350 into that with a manual transmission and put like drag racing wheels in the back. And fun fact, the Chevy S10 and the Ford Ranger were the competitors of this truck. However, the Ford and the S10 or the Ranger and the S10, they came with the biggest engine of a V6, while my truck is the V6, but this truck model, they shoved a 5.2 liter V8 into it, like stock. Like you had 3 engine options for this, and I'm like, holy shit! They shoved a V8 into that, and Ford and Dodge, or Ford and Chevy couldn't. Jesus Christ, dude! Like I like these rims, you know. Mine's like this body style. Gotta say that truck could not handle the snow, bro. Those, I mean, especially if you get the 4-wheel drive, but like, bro, I know, like, I don't think my, like, hey, that's like exactly my truck, except mine's not in the junk. Okay, that's like exactly what my truck is. You know? Wait, this thing has the V8 in it. It has the cave in. Damn. One day, I was driving and my mom was in the truck and we were going to get fuel for it. This was back when I was like high school. And we were pulling into the gas station. I turned the wheel and then straightened it out. And right as about I'm about to come to a full complete stop, the truck stalls at the gas pump. It wasn't like low enough on fuel to where it'd be like, okay, it stalls. But I think I would just hit the brake at the right pedal level toward the engine. She's like, all right, I'm done. And just stalled. You know? It was great though, honestly. I'm gonna say that. And dude, I will say this. Anyone who gets a truck with a 4-cylinder, that ain't no truck. I don't care if that truck has a turbocharger on the engine. It ain't no truck. You know? V6 minimum for a truck. Same with them Camaros. You know? GM's producing Camaros with a 4-cylinder turbocharged. You know? Dude, there are worse places to stall actually. And it's not a manual transmission, it's an automatic. Even though I want a manual transmission. No, you put a lift kit on it, bro. I wouldn't buy that. Like Jesus Christ, dude. Like I kind of want the extended cab that they offered, the V8. You know. But I mean, my truck hasn't really. Well, I mean, it has a problem. The RPM gauge doesn't read properly. Like once I was stopped at a stop sign and the RPMs went down to 0, but you could still feel the engine vibrating because the engine mounts are so old that they're not doing their job. So just the entire truck shakes. You know, hey, that's the exact same rim my truck has for the spare tire. I know it's the same truck, older model. That does not look like a 95 because that's not the logo for them. That's the same brake lights, and that's not the same bumper. I can say that for sure. And that's not the same mirror unless those are options. Anyway, bro. I mean, yeah, she can give it personality. Like the suspension is so stiff that like when you let go of the steering wheel and you're driving, it usually centers. My truck don't do that, and my truck has an alignment towards pulling to the right, and I'm like, shit. So I constantly have to pull the wheel to the left, you know. And the muffler rattles like a motherfucker too. You know, you're just sitting at a stoplight, and that's all you hear. You hear the muffler rattling, or rather, just the entire tailpipe. You know, because everything on the truck's stiff. You know, one of these days I want to park it and just tear it apart. You know, that'll probably be if I get like another daily driver. You know, like I don't know. I'd probably find another daily driver, park the truck, tear it apart, rebuild it, and move on. Dude, oh my god. So I moved my truck to go check the parking brake, right? Oh my god. When I got out of the truck and went and looked at the tires, I don't know why I looked at the tires, but I saw a bunch of little yellow dots on it. I get closer to the tire. It's a bunch of little baby June bugs. I'm like, can you not be on my tire? Like, please go to the neighbor's tree because the neighbor's tree is that far away from the truck. You know. It sounds like you have skills to do it. So why not? Well, I don't want to replace any of it. You know, because I know how it works and I don't want to fuck with it. But at the same time, I'm like, I want to fix it because I want to get it better fuel mileage. You know. And I know I gotta edit this video because I don't know how much of Google Maps showed. I mean, okay, I live in Florida, so I'm not gonna be upset about that. Oh, is this gonna tell me like fuel mileage from back in 1995? Alright, you're not gonna tell me anything. How about you? Are you gonna tell me anything? No, you're not gonna tell me anything. How about this website? Is this gonna tell me anything? This truck, apparently the MSRP starts at 10 grand. Jesus Christ. Hey, I have the sport one, which is right here. You know, so it's not that bad. You know, I mean, I want this 4-wheel drive one because the 4-wheel drive, the the brakes are a little easier to work on because right now, if one of my studs breaks on the front brakes, they're connected to the rotors. So like to get them off, I have to be extremely careful not to crack the rotors when I take them off and put them on. And I'm like, I just don't want to. I'd rather just replace the whole rotor, but I don't want to do that either because then I have to replace both sides. You know. But hey, that's not that bad. the truck, you know, but I don't know, you know. Alright, is anyone gonna tell me, like, the fuel mileage it would have back in the day? Like, I know it's not gonna be, like, as much as, like, these cars nowadays. I don't know. Wow. Chevy, 10.2 liter, I believe it was. 10.2 liter engine. No, that's the article. I want the actual. Bro, I want to get this engine. It's a 620, or it's the ZZ572 620. Bro, it's like a 10 something liter. 5 572 cubic inches, which is pretty sure it's 10.2. If not, it's 10.4. I know there's no 10.3, but it's a V8. And I know other manufacturers like Ford and Dodge would probably make it like a V10 or V12. The S10 was pretty decent in gas, but better than the Beretta for sure. I could probably see the Beretta being terrible because if it had shit cooling, oh my god. Because I know you have to keep the temperature of the engine at operating temp. I'm still under starter value. I should change. I don't know why. But I'm probably going to end soon because I went on longer than I should have. And what do you mean it's Friday, so I'm not really like die over it. But I would love to shove this into my truck, even though it wouldn't make sense because it's Chevy and a Dodge body. You know, I'd love to get one of those old Silverados. You know, just like the body. Get one of these. Get one of the transmissions that these guys sell. Do they have? Yes, they have the transmissions. I would want to throw this. I would want to throw this bad boy into it. Where is it? You're not going to show me? I'm not an automatic guy. Yeah, you know? Yeah, probably head to bed soon. Got a lot to do tomorrow. Fair enough. But I'd probably want that and slap that with the engine, you know? But hey, I'll get there someday. Alright, well, I'm gonna leave this here. I'm probably gonna cut that part of the VOD out. I don't know how much that showed of everything. Because I always forget. I need to go to Google Images when I look up an image of a fucking truck or something like that, or something that they could be like, oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna remove the VOD too, but I don't care. It doesn't seem like anyone watches the VODs anyway. I always save the VODs. I try to slap them on the YouTube. Unpublish. Bam. Problem solved. Anyway. Have a good night, Casey does it. I'm gonna do my outro. But thank you guys so much for watching. Watching on YouTube, head on over to twitch.tv/CJTheAFKGM to catch these live. If you're watching this live, I will definitely see you in the next stream. See ya!